Hey sis, and how are you doing this beautiful Friday? My name is Christina Jane, and welcome to Learn From Me Sis. So, welcome to the very first episode. And today is Friday, so that means it's the first sub-series episode on learning survival mode. So, let's get into it. Episode 1: What caused me to be a single mother for the second time? And why did I stay so damn long? I am a single mom to four beautiful kids. Their ages are 18, 16, 9, and 7. So before I had the younger two, I moved to Florida, went to go get my older two, and I was doing good. I had a nice routine down with them. They were in before and after school programs, so I can go to work. I it was good. We were establishing a real life here in Florida. I knew that I was eventually going to go into nursing school. That was one of the main reasons why I moved to Florida. So I wanted to get into the hospital just so everybody can understand how amazing I am and would love to have me once I became a nurse. At that time, I was helping this family out, this mom and her two girls who fell on a hard time and they were on house. So they were living with me. I am big about protecting anybody that potentially could face an eviction, be homeless. If you have kids, I am going to try to be there for you that much more. Growing up, there was multiple times that I was homeless with my family, and being homeless in any age sucks. Being homeless as a child is just a different level of suck, in my personal opinion. So it was good. Everything was going good. And then I tried to advance my career, advance my job, and got the job at Orange Park Medical Center. And I ended up putting in my 2 weeks notice for signature. Now, if you guys are aware, you can get a job at a hospital. Say it's May 9th, and I got the job today. My new job might not start until June 24th because it matters when their orientation is. So I put in my 2 weeks notice at the nursing home I was working at, and because Florida is, ass backwards, it's a no fault state, meaning they can fire you for any reason. I put in my 2 weeks notice. They checkmate me and said, "Oh, okay, today's your last day." Oh, cool. My oldest son's birthday is 4 days after Christmas. I need to have this money. I have to pay rent. I'm supposed to be trying to move my apartment. I need this money. The lady that was living with me, I wasn't making her pay anything, just making sure like she provided the her kids with food because I don't have it like that. But I'll take care of the utilities, electricity, and the rent. No problem. No problem. When I lost my job, when I was already basically living paycheck to paycheck, I had to rely on the other adult in the house. And I asked her if she would be willing. Actually, yeah, I asked her if she would be willing to help me pay one of the bills straight up, go half on another bill. And I don't remember if I asked for some rent. I really honestly don't remember. And she was like, "Yeah, I got you. I'll pay you back X, Y, and Z." During that time, also, my children's father and I, we were talking a little bit more. He was supposed to come for Thanksgiving, something ended up happening. He wanted to facilitate a way to still see the kids. So he was like, "Why don't you guys come down here? I'll help you come down here." I didn't have a car, so I had to rent a car. But this was already in motion before I knew I lost my fucking job. So we go to Key West. I come back. We come back. I don't leave my kids. We come back. And on the way back, my friend who I reconnected with, something was something was off. I've always been big off of energy. I can feel energy more than what a person's body language is saying to me. And my friend was, it really seemed like she was purposely trying to get me out of my house. And it didn't make any sense because one, the only question I really had was, where's your loyalty at, bro? You don't know this fucking bitch from a hole in the wall. You know me way longer. And you might feel a certain way because we've had a complicated friendship. Love each other, just complicated. So it's like maybe that's why it happened the way that it did. Or maybe this grown ass lady trying to be friends with like somebody in their 20s and you're in your 40s and you threw the person who was helping you underneath the bus. It was just shady. Shady, shady, shady. So cool. My friend gets me out of the house. We go to the park with my kids and her daughter, and we're not really talking. She's on her phone. Energy is just off. It's just weird. I get back there, and all of the all of my roommates, let's just call her my roommate, all of her things were gone, and they were nowhere to be found. Now, this lady knew what was going on with me financially and with this job and with me needing to pay my bills and me probably facing an eviction. And she just left my kids high and dry. And that's what really pissed me off for a long time because it's like, you're not just hurting me, you're hurting my kids. Like, that's fucked up. My kids were completely fine with getting their shit like all fucked up. They welcomed you people into our house and you still fucking did them dirty. Ugh, that's for ugh. So now my life is spiraling. At least that's how I saw it. So after that decent vacation with my kid's father and my kids, I definitely reached out. He explained and has been explaining how much he's changed, how much he misses his kids and wants to be a better father. All of the sweet things I wish he told me when I left Rhode Island. He's telling me everything now. And I know that it would be so much easier if there was somebody else here with me. I mean, come on. Who's better to help me out than the person that also made these kids with me? It just made sense. Like one plus one equals two. You know what I'm saying? And I thought at that time there was nothing more that I deserved. So why not stay? However, you know, what's that saying? God will never give you peace in a situation you're not supposed to be peaceful in. I kind of like remade it, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure that's what happened because the day I made the decision, it's okay, like we can still do this, like it'll be so much easier. If I stay, we can make it work, yada, yada, yada. And then a couple weeks later, I found out that he cheated on me because there's a lot of things that I can take handle. Being cheated on, breaking that trust, I don't, I can't go back in that. And it's like, I really do handle situations differently than I feel than most people. As long as you're being honest with me, I can rock with pretty much anything. I just need to have the opportunity to have a decision in what I want to do. Like, do I want to stay around? Do I not? And he knew that. Like, I've always been this way. Now, did he believe that I was really gonna be this way? I don't know, but bro, how many people do you know that are gonna be like, "Are you sure you want to be in an open relationship? You can be out there fucking other bitches. Come home with me. Wear protection. I don't really care. Like, I don't want to have sex, so why not?" And I know it's just that. It's just about the sex. People are gonna make whatever choices they want to make for themselves, and that's exactly what happened. So after going back and forth for a little bit, because I thought I was gonna stay in the relationship, I did break up, end the engagement. I don't know why. Besides me starting nursing school, I was like, let me take him to Las Vegas and I'll propose to him. Since I ended the engagement, I felt like it was only right. Yes, sis, I proposed the second time. I just honestly felt like since I ended the engagement, it was only right that I were to propose if I was really gonna stay with him. So that's what I did. And then, it was pretty much the same shit when we came back. And um the other factor was he started to drink. He started to go out, he met friends, started to drink again. Now, is he an alcoholic? Probably. Does he label himself as an alcoholic? Of course not. However, he has history of alcoholism in his family. His dad's an alcoholic and a prior drug addict. So once he disclosed that to me back in high school, I was always very much like worried if he ever started to drink. And he didn't start drinking. He didn't start drinking until he was 18. On his 18th birthday, you know, this is after this happened after he already hurt his ankle his senior year of football, was talking to recruiters. His injury took him out for the remainder of the season. I think it was like game two. And then his parents got divorced, fucked up his relationship with his dad, and then, the drinking just got worse. And he was drinking every single day from the age of 18. He stopped, like he wasn't drinking like that when we were living together here in Florida in the beginning, but it was like after, well, technically it was before I even kicked him out back in July. When my son turned 1, his drinking was just getting more and more as the days went on. And eventually, after we did break up, he lost his job at Five Guys because he couldn't wake up on time and just not following the Five Guys policies, ended up getting fired. And then he ended up getting probably the worst job for an alcoholic. And he started working in a bar. doing security. And honestly, ever since he just went full fledged, I'm a deadbeat. Full fledged. Y'all. Full fucking fledged. Full fucking fledged. And now here we are, 6 years later. For the past 4 years, he's really been just a complete deadbeat. Um, the last 4 years is why I'm owed so much money in child support because he doesn't pay it, because he doesn't work a real job. He doesn't watch the kids. He doesn't come see the kids. So, this is what I decided to stay in. And while I started going through nursing school, the fact that he was just three houses down, and I went through nursing school during COVID. So I was a full-time mom, full-time employee, and studying at home with no help. It was an honest delight of my life. Like, highly recommend. 10 out of 10. I'm completely joking because no, it was horrible, horrible. So, looking back now, I know what I was really doing. It wasn't just hoping for change, it was a trauma response called attachment seeking. When we've been through abandonment or emotional neglect, we choose to chase love, even when it's unsafe, just to feel chosen. That's called trauma bonding, guys. Your nervous system gets hooked on the chaos. The apology becomes comfort, and those empty promises, sis, they sound like love. And when you're stuck in survival mode, broke, scared, tired, your brain doesn't ask for what's healthy. It grabs onto what it knows. And that's exactly what I did. That's how I ended back up in the same place again. Thankfully, I eventually realized this was a trauma response. That moment when you choose clarity over comfort, that's when the healing begins. I'm not ashamed that I reached out. I'm proud I can now name why I did it. And the why is important if you're really going to try to heal yourself. That's the why is how we unlearn survival mode. And thankfully, one of my survival characteristics is no more. I'm able to, do I still spiral? Of course, sis. Of course, I still spiral. However, now I will spiral. I will come up with all these different ideas on what I can do, get all my frustrations out on why I shouldn't have to do it in the first place. I will give myself 24 hours, 24 hours of coming up with the craziest ideas, going down roads that I said I would never go down again. And then the following day, I'm usually calmer. I'm usually clearer. And it was just the thoughts that I had that needed to come out. And I needed to realize, no, sis, you didn't need to act on those thoughts. You just needed to honor these thoughts. And that's what I did. And I'm thankful for the journey that I went through because it wouldn't have gotten me to the place I am today. So, guys, we reached the end of the first episode. I'm so excited that you guys are all still here with me, hopefully. And I'm just honored to have spent this time with everyone. I hope that you guys were able to pick up on a lesson here. And on Fridays, I will be ending the podcast with a journal prompt. So here it is, guys. Here's the first journal prompt. What's one relationship, habit, or belief that you keep returning to, not because it's safe, okay? It's not about it being safe for you, but more because it's familiar. Be honest, guys. Your survival patterns don't define you. However, unlearning them will set you free. Again, I'm Christina Jade, and thank you for listening to my podcast. I will hope you guys have a splendid Friday. And remember, learn from me, sis. Learn from me.